dome breakers and most welcome guests. Imagine this situation. It's Wednesday night, and you're very tired. You need a good sleep, and then Tuesday is coming. You have to go Toastmasters at 6 a.m. But then there's a party at the house next to your house. It's very loud. You can't sleep. Or imagine this situation. It probably happens to everybody. As children, they don't clean up after they eat. And then you have to do it, or whatever other solution is there. Or maybe there was a problem with your dishwasher, and they said they fixed it, but nothing happened. It's still working kind of funny. What do you do in this case? How do you handle this situation? You can ignore it. So if there's a party, you can close the windows and try to sleep. You use earplugs, and then they party all night. Or you can do it by yourself. You fix the problem. So you clean the table after dinner all the time. Or you can phone this technicians and basically yell at them, shout at them, tell them, you don't know how to do your job, what you're doing. Everybody is doing all of these three, all these three things. I'm guilty as charged. I've done it many times, all of them. And of course, and you know that as well, they don't work. Maybe first two, they work short run, in the short term. And that means you fix it, you ignore it, but all that's going to happen again, and then again, and again. And then through time, you build resentment, anger, and then you explode, and then it's not good. It's not good. The third one, when you're shouting, yelling, being aggressive, you put everybody else in defensive, and it's even worse. Instead of fixing the problem, getting what you want, you actually are making a bigger enemy. The question today is how you do this in a proper way, and that's the topic of my speech. Asserting yourself effectively. And this is first part of the speech, with a little bit of introduction, and I'll show you a couple of techniques and tips. And then we'll do role play, where I'm going to try to implement these techniques. And after that, there will be interaction between audience, you, and myself and my partner. You'll tell me what went well, and also what we could improve, actually, what I could improve. Let me move on to techniques. How actually you should do this. How you should actually assert yourself effectively. Number one thing is you state a problem. Be direct. You talk to your neighbor and say, yeah, it was very loud, your party. It's very loud, I can't sleep. Second thing is you tell your feelings. And you can say, I'm very worried that I'm not going to be able to get enough sleep for my next day, and I'll be just tired the whole day because of all that loud music. Third thing is you find some solution. For example, you can tell them, well, go to the bar, stay until 2 or 3 a.m., or close the windows, do something different in that regards. And then, fourth thing is actually describe the consequences. What's going to happen if this behavior continues? In this case, obviously, I won't get enough sleep, I'll be late for my dome breakers, my whole day will be wrecked next day. And for them, well, it could be a very negative consequence, because if they continue, what I might do is to, well, phone police. These were like 4 things that you should do. And then normally things get better after this. And I want to also mention, when you're doing this, you have to be calm, you have to be friendly, smiling, your body language has to be positive, and you have to be very direct. If I'm going to talk about this noise, I'm not going to talk generally about some noise in the neighborhood. No, it's about your noise from your house. And you have to be also understanding that you don't have a chance to do it again if that repeats, in a way that you can increase the... Okay, let me just finish this. My thoughts went some other way. Let me just summarize 4 techniques. State the problem. It's number one. Number two is tell your feelings. Number three, you have to find some kind of solution and describe the consequences. And now I'm going to move to role play. And my role play will be continuation of my last week role play, in which I was the Prime Minister, Mr. Harp Stevens. And as you notice, my campaign manager is not here today, but there's my car repairman, and he's also my driver. And then what happened 2 nights ago when we were going to debate on English language, something was going wrong with the car. There was some noises, and I asked for the car to be fixed, and my driver said it was fixed. And then last night we were going to French debate, and again same thing. It was all shaking, and I got scared. So let's do it. And my helper today is Mr. Jeff Gunter.
Hey.
First thing, state the problem. Jeff. Mr. Stevens. You know what? There's something I have to talk to you about. Remember last night when we were French debate? The car. It was just shaking. There was some really weird noises from the engine, and of course you remember you were in the car and you kind of stopped a couple of times. I didn't know what happened. Because the night before you said that everything was fine after I asked you for help. And I was very worried that you won't be on time. And then actually that I won't be able to be leading the debate. And I was thinking maybe you should consult with some other technicians, and so they can really fix this car the way how it should be fixed. You know, if you don't fix it, if they don't fix it, then my campaign might be in danger, and that means that we might lose in elections just a couple of weeks ago. What do you think? What do you think? Can we contact someone else?
Well, we made it on time last night, and are you saying I'm not good at my job? I don't know how to fix that.
Well, no, of course, I'm not saying that. If you were like that, you wouldn't be working for me. I just want to make sure that we don't have similar situation next time. And next time, I don't know when is next debate, but, I guess depends what's my schedule tomorrow. So I really, if you could talk to, there's a guy, his name is Glenn. He's from London, Ontario. I don't know if you met him. Maybe talking about Glenn. You know how to fix it? Of course you can. Of course you can. See, but I know also your experiences. You told me about it. 2 pairs of eyes are better than one.
I'm not even sure there is a problem. I mean, I heard some whining, but I wasn't sure it was from the car. You want me to talk to this Glenn?
Yes. And then even he might help us campaign as well. And then at the end, we can also get more votes there as well. So then we have a double winner. It's called triple. Myself, and Glenn too, and the electorate as well.
So you're upset with me, or like you just want me to talk to Glenn and make sure? Because I thought we fixed it. I really did. The first time I thought we fixed it. I think what happened last night is something different. And, I can look at it, but if you think I need to talk to somebody else, I can do that.
Sure. Then let's make this as a plan. You look at it yourself again, and then we'll just find out how car runs. And if not, then we'll talk to them.
Okay, that sounds fair.
Okay, thank you. And now drive me to my
Okay.
whatever. Okay, so this is another role play. I've done so many of them in the last 5 weeks. I just wish there was more time to talk about the topic itself. The way how speech is structured is 5 minutes for introduction and topic itself, and then 4 to 5 minutes for role play, and then 2-3 minutes for audience interaction. And I found them, I just want to share experience, it's not part of the speech. I found them really tough because they're not real, like role play, it's not real, it's just something that you want to invent and present to the public. But anyway, let me move to the last part. Last part is interaction between audience and myself and my helper. Any comments? Please. Yes, Jane.
A question?
Sure.
What if your driver had gotten very angry about having to take the car back? What would you do?
That's an excellent question. That happened to me many times. You still want to stay calm. You want to present yourself in a constructive way. If you get angry as well, there's no resolution. And all of us, I repeat it often, we know that. But sometimes we fail. In this case, I would stay calm and reasonable, but I would still continue asking for what I want. Because I need to gain sympathy from that other person to get delivered what I want. That's my answer. Anyone else has any?
To me, it seemed a little bit that you were soft-pedaling it and a little indirect, that there was some reticence on your part to really focus on the behavior, and I think that he personalized it, and you want to kind of detach that two aspects. Like, he's okay as a person. It's not like you're challenging him as a person. It's just his behavior and not dealing with the issue is going to have consequences.
Thank you for comment, Bob. Also, what I forgot to add when I was giving my introduction, this is a skill to assert yourself effectively. This is a skill. And then, well, I haven't been coached about this ever in my life. And I got into trouble not once because I didn't know how to react in these situations. So it's a skill that we learn about this throughout our lives. It's not easy. Jeff?
I thought that you're in a position of authority, and there's a different approach that you might take with it. I felt a little, as your partner, I felt a little bit, like your preamble was long. I would have been more comfortable if you'd approached it a little more directly as well.
Great tip. I wasn't so direct. I do understand, yes.
Just a quick question. Whose emotional state are you more concerned with, your own or the person you're discussing with? You said the emotional side.
It's mine, yeah. Because if let's say I don't get on time, then I might lose something.
And if I don't care about your emotional state, do you think it would still change?
I still continue asking for what I want. See, there's always resistance if you don't approach the person the right way. And then you keep doing what you're doing, using these four things that I explained. I see amber light, so we still have some time. Is there anyone else? No? Oh, there's one more.
Are there certain key words that help to diffuse, to calm the other person down, that are commonly used?
Keywords?
Yeah. Common words in, say, for assertive training. Words that can be used that respect the other person, show respect, not talk down to them, that idea.
I believe there are certain words that you can use, but also the thing is that it always depends on the situation. And you have to be, sensitive to the situation. So you can't use, there are no certain words that would work for every situation.
No.
It's the way how you present yourself, your calmness, and as well how direct you are. What Jeff said that I didn't do. So there are no really words that I would say that there are. Probably they are. They're defined in some books, but my experience is they don't work all the time.
Like saying something about how you understand his his position, that it already had gotten fixed. And, but it would be whatever. Just
Trolling,
recognizing that and using certain words that help,
Trolling.
that you can grasp, that you can remember. Because those are difficult situations, I find.
It always depends on situation, and that's where our wisdom comes in. But that's for another day to talk about wisdom. I see red light, and I'm done.